Good morning, Blue Streaks. Welcome to episode number 14. My name is Chris Alvarado.
And I'm Danny Ayala. On today's show, we get a dose of the Bard. We get FAFSA tips and we see how our athletes stay healthy.
Let's go. Roll the clip.
What clip are we rolling? Where's the clip at? How are you doing, Blue Streaks? Happy Friday. We're glad you're here today.
So just a few weekends ago, two of our theater students competed in a local Shakespeare competition at the Blackfriars Playhouse. Cayden caught up with Louis and Basil Gibson to catch a glimpse of their performances.
Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, hold hard the breath, and bend up every spirit.
Louis Gibson and Basil Gibson both competed in the Shakespeare competition this past weekend at the Blackfriars Playhouse in Stanton.
In like a week, me and Basil Gibson go down to the Blackfriars Playhouse in Stanton. It's a replica of like Shakespeare's theater from like back in the day. So it's a really good opportunity, and we get a chance to perform a Shakespeare monologue and one of his sonnets. We'll be there with a couple kids from other schools, and the winner of that competition gets an all expenses paid trip to New York City to go perform at Lincoln Center.
I'm pretty excited about it. I've been to regionals a couple of times before, and I really like meeting the people there. I'm performing a scene or a monologue from Richard III, which is a play about a guy who really wants to be king, so he does a lot of murders. And then he feels real bad about it, and that's the sonnet or the monologue that I'm doing. And then the sonnet that I'm doing is Shakespeare's Sonnet 15, which kind of explores the concept of losing your beauty through aging. It's a really cool sonnet, and I've gotten to work with some really cool people on it.
Now I'll do a little preview of my monologue. Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall with our English dead. In peace there is nothing, so becomes the man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the actions of the tiger. To his full height, on, you noblest English! Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. Straining upon the start, the game's afoot! And follow your spirit, and upon this charge, cry God for Harry, England, and St. George.
Louis won third place while Basil secured second place.
Well, that was more than impressive.
We also on the agenda, we interviewed Miss Chisholm and Mr. Durran about important FAFSA news. Seniors, listen up.
My name is Miss Chisholm. I am the college advisor at HHS. FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It's a way for students to get federal money from the government to go to college. Yeah, you should definitely apply for the FAFSA, no matter what your financial situation is, because it's just a great way to figure out what your expected contribution would be if you wanted to go to either a community college or like a four-year university. It's a great way to just do a free application to see if the federal government will help you pay for college. So you can come to the counseling center. Either I or Mr. Durran is always here to help students fill out the FAFSA. We're also having a FAFSA Next event in beginning of February where it's after school and parents and families can come. There's going to be a bunch of support from counselors, financial aid services from different universities, and then Mr. Durran and I. We're just going to help families fill out the FAFSA, so you should definitely come to that event if you're looking for help with it. There's also, for AVID students specifically, there is a AVID FAFSA night on January 31st to help with FAFSA applications.
I'm Mr. Durran. I am the Blue Ridge Career Coach here at the high school. Yeah, so the federal government has done a massive changing to the FAFSA form. Some of the differences this year are they ask different questions. They take into account different aspects of like your family, your family's income, your upbringing, different things along those lines, as well as changing the way you would enter in some of that information and how they take in your tax information as well. Just to be aware of that, a lot of schools do have like dates that they need the FAFSA turned in. A lot of times for some of the bigger schools, it's March 1st or around the beginning of March to turn those in. And the other important thing to note is when you start the FAFSA, you only are able to have 45 days to fill it out, or if after those 45 days you haven't finished it, you have to go back in and redo everything you've already done. So just being aware that once you start it, to try and get it done as soon as possible. But the important thing is once you start applying to schools, if you haven't already, to fill out the FAFSA as soon as you can. And if you need help, you can either see Ms. Chisholm or myself in the counseling center.
And speaking of hopefully being a senior someday, scheduling season is underway. You will continue choosing your classes today in advisory. You have until February 9th to submit your course request form on PowerSchool. And may I suggest one particular course for you to choose? Broadcasting. Broadcasting is open for all grades, and you can repeat the course at a CTE completion course. Now let's turn to Louis Gibson, as he highlights some of the things we love about broadcasting.
Let's get after it, streets! Again, thank you so much for watching.
This is where all the magic happens.
Personally, one thing I love about broadcasting is just that it's just a fun class, and that I get to like mess around and stuff.
And in sports, the boys basketball team is home against Spotswood tonight. So come out and get loud for our Blue Streaks. The girls are away at Spotswood, but that's barely a bus ride. With our winter sports underway, we have a team of athletic trainers keeping our athletes in tip-top condition. Alejandro and Izaack visit the training room to talk to the trainers keeping us healthy.
My name's Karim, 11th. I do football, track, and wrestling. So at the winter tournament, I was wrestling a kid, and I'm assuming while he had my hand, I tried yanking it out. And when I yanked it out, they told me my scapula it moved out of place, and that caused a bunch of muscle strains in my back area. So yeah, right now I'm working with the trainers doing some rehab exercises and stuff like that. I'm doing a few stretches, like lateral stretches for my shoulder, and I'm doing dumbbell rows to strengthen my back muscles so it won't happen again.
I'm the athletic trainer here. So I played soccer and field hockey in high school, and I always was injured and in the athletic training room. And my athletic trainer there at the high school just was able to help me and get me back to playing. And I thought it was going to be a career-ending injury, but he was able to work with me with rehab and things like that to get me back to playing and playing soccer. And I played it up until college, so I was able to keep playing. So in high school, I did we had an athletic training class, and so I did that for 2 years. It was a sports medicine class, and that made me really fall in love with it. And then I went to JMU, got my bachelor's at JMU in athletic training, and then I worked at Horizons Edge for 2 years, and then came here at Harrisonburg High School. Probably just an ankle sprain, just a lateral ankle sprain. There's 3 ligaments on the outside of your ankle, and it's probably the most common one just because every sport kind of uses their lower extremity, so just probably the ankle sprain.
I'm thankful for those trainers. They have been helping me out with my knee problems, but I'll be ready for soccer season. Good luck to all of our athletes as they continue the grind even through these cold winter months.
Let's hope by the next time we meet, it gets a tad bit warmer. My name is Chris Alvarado.
And I'm Danny Ayala.
Good
luck, Blue Streaks.
Yeah.